Nkem, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of See, you almost had me. I almost said Monday Motivation. Today is Friday. So as you can see, my Friday segments are going to be about unpopular opinions and how they pertain to me, to my family, to friends, to just stories that I may read online, and how I may personally agree with the unpopular opinion. And so if this is your first time joining us, feel free to get comfortable and cozy. I mean, it's gonna be a short video, but if you've been here before, clearly you love my banter. So hit that subscribe button, bam, and then hit it again so you can be notified each and every time I upload a video. But let's jump on in. And so as you can see from the title, it's about plus ones. So a few months ago I was married, or I got married, I was married off, I don't know. But a few months ago, I had a wedding ceremony and I'm now married. When it comes to weddings, many times, guests, for some reason, I'm very different, but feel entitled to plus one. Like, just off the back, you get someone an invitation, they start telling you that they're gonna bring this person. Like, the invitation literally will say one person's name. It'll literally say, to Mr. Blank, but then Mr. Blank will now respond and say, yeah, I'm gonna bring Tiffany, I'm gonna bring her with me. And you're looking at the invitation you gave him and you're like, sir, this only says your name in your head, you know? And so, and I can understand why for a wedding or maybe certain big events, people will want a plus one. They want someone to make them feel comfortable, someone that they can talk to at this event. But I just want to point out that it's not about making you uncomfortable, but it's really just about celebrating the celebrants. So like, you're going there with other like-minded people that are also there to celebrate this person. So by default, you're more than likely going to meet other really great people that you at least have one thing in common with, the celebrants, you know? So don't think of it as, oh, I need someone as a clutch or a crutch for this celebration. You don't, you know? But if you feel so inclined to have a plus one, ask the celebrants, you know, take the time to reach out to them. Hey girl, hey friend, you know, is it all right if I bring my friend? You've met them before. Or is it all right if I bring my partner? You've not met them, or you've met them, whatever the case may be. Take the time to just be considerate and reach out to them. Give them that opportunity to, you know, be a part of their guest list, their guest count, have insight into who's going to be or surrounding them on one of their not most important days, but on a day that they're supposed to like remember forever, you know? So one, take the time to reach out to them. Two, if they do say no, I wouldn't take that personally or be upset. You know, you also have to think about it from their perspective. Weddings cost money. There's food count, there's alcohol count. You're going to have some sort of beverage count in general, because the water is typically free. But any sort of beverage, they're gonna charge, you know? So, and then just the space in general, that's also a count. And so you want to be considerate of their pocket and not have to make them feel inconvenienced on their wedding celebration, where tables now have to be shuffled, chairs now have to be found. Like, that's not fair. Like, how would you feel if that was your wedding? And you're sitting there at your high table and you're watching your wedding planner run around with chairs. You wouldn't like it. So please, you know, be mindful. And I think also, think of it as a concert. You know, a concert, you buy a ticket. If your friend didn't buy a ticket, you know very well when both of you arrive at that gate, the security guard is only gonna let you in because you have a ticket. Your friend doesn't. So you have an invitation. Right now, your friend has a no invitation. That's your ticket into this wedding celebration. So without confirming with the guest of honor whether or not your guest or your plus one can get a ticket, they're not invited. You know, I think, don't feel like you're entitled to bringing a plus one, but be mindful of the celebrants and reaching out to them and seeing if it's all right with them. And so I don't want to pretend like I don't understand what it would feel like for someone to go to an event alone, but I'm also someone who goes to movies, restaurants, parties, just a slew of gatherings activities I tend to do alone. And so for me, and I also just don't like to like bother people or inconvenience people. So sometimes I miss out on things that I probably could have had just because I didn't ask. So I do want to encourage people to ask. If you're invited to a celebration, ask. If it doesn't say invite only and it's not as explicit, ask them. Those are your friends and see what they say. But if they say no, don't take it to heart. And if they say yes, that's awesome. But for those who don't ask and just assume, I think they may not look at you differently, but I personally made a mental note of people who attended my wedding with like a +1 that I didn't invite. And so I remember you. Remember all of you. And I do also want to shout out, there were a few people that like reached out to my mother or reached out to myself or my husband, and they were like, oh, can I bring this person with me? You've never met them. So that's also a possibility. You've never met them, but I'm literally flying through states. I want to be there for this, and I would just feel so much more comfortable if I can have this person. And so for me, that speaks volumes, you know, about their character and the fact that they thought to themselves, hey, I've been extended this invitation, but I know it hasn't, it only applies to me. And so it meant the world to have those people, and we invited them. Those +1s, 2, 3s, you know, they were able to come, they celebrated with us, and it was a blast. But for the people, like I said, the ones that just RSVP'd for one name or brought someone by another name, I will remember you for life. But yeah, so it's an unpopular opinion, I would say. This day and age, some people just, I don't know if it's wouldn't even say it's a cultural thing, because like all people of all shades that I've interacted with for some reason were like, yeah, I'm gonna bring this person. And I was like, whoa, that invitation's for you. So it's unpopular, but don't feel bad not extending a +1 to everybody. You don't know everybody, and it's your wedding. You may just want it to be intimate and personal with your nearest and dearest, and that's perfectly fine. You're entitled. So don't feel like you have to give everyone +1, and for guests, don't feel like you're entitled to +1. Be mindful, be considerate, and check with the guests of honor. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's segment of Unpopular Opinion. Let me know if you have any other suggestions, you want my take, you want my perspective on some other topics. And so I have a few good ones, few gems coming up. So get ready for some really good content. But thanks for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll catch you on Monday for Monday Motivation. Monday Motivation and post. Peace. Bye guys. God bless. Whoa. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, camera, how's the camera looking? Camera, how are you looking? Camera, how are you looking? Ooh, I'm far away.